Welcome to the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio. We've got a fast-paced hour of fishing, hunting, and conservation covering the nation and the Northwest, including 13 extra minutes of local content you'll only hear on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.
Good morning, and to all of you tuning in from the waters of Puget Sound, fishing in the Gig Harbor PSA Salmon Derby. Good luck out there today. This week on the show, we're going to be talking to Bob Loomis at the end of the hour. He's invented a great new lure that ought to catch the heck out of trout in just about any lake you want to fish it. You'll also want to hear our local shot of the outdoors at the bottom of the hour, too. We'll be chatting with Mickey at the Puyallup Sportsman's Warehouse store about the pre-hunting season sale going on right now and all this week, and about an incredible deal on a hunting rifle that is marked down $1,000. It's over 54% off. But before we give you more details about that rifle and some other very good deals you'll find at your Puyallup, Everett, Silverdale, and Federal Way Sportsman's Warehouse stores, it's time to tell you what's hot right here in the Pacific Northwest. We'll start off with some Salmon Derby results east of the Cascades. 208 anglers fished the 3-day Brewster Salmon Derby on the upper Columbia River, and the king of the pool was a 27.4-pound Chinook reeled in by Drew Walty, who also reeled in a $2,000 check to go with that salmon. In the waters near Tacoma, the one-day South King County Puget Sound Anglers Salmon Derby drew quite a crowd last Saturday. That's the word from Frank Eschpeter, who told me some 300 anglers participated and over 100 fish were weighed in. The winning salmon was a 19.4-pound Chinook caught by Paul Whiteson, who took home a $3,500 check for that big boy. The largest fish caught by a kid was a 10-pound king, reeled in by Joe Bacon. Prizes were given all the way down to the 65th place finisher, making this a very worthwhile derby to participate in. In other news, have you heard of a red-banded rockfish before? Nope, me either, but there's a new state record for one now. According to the Department of Fish and Wildlife, John Sly of Tacoma caught one that weighed 7.5 pounds while jigging off a boat out of Westport on June 21st. Another record fell that day as well, when Richard Hale, fishing out of Nia Bay, caught an arrow-toothed flounder weighing nearly 6 pounds. I don't know about you, but I'm going to mark June 21st on my calendar for next year as a day to go fishing. Sounds like it's a good day to catch a big one. Meanwhile, at Eastern Washington's Potholes Reservoir, the staff at Mardon Resort report the bass fishing this past week has been very good. The walleye fishing has been tough, and that great trout fishing we've been telling you about has finally slowed with the summer heat. If you want to try something else, try crappie and bluegill fishing. If you have a boat, look for them off the sand dunes, and if you don't, book a stay at Mardon Resort and fish right off their docks. And finally, from NorthwestFishingReports.com, 2 posters were fishing out of Westport on charter boats recently and reported good fishing for salmon, though most of them had to be released since they were wild coho. Despite that, decent numbers of salmon were brought home on both boats, and one of the anglers also reported a banner day of bottom fishing, too, for rockfish. So there you are. Now you know what's hot this week in the Pacific Northwest.
That's your first local shot of the outdoors. Now let's see what's going on across the nation.
Are you trolling for big salmon? Then tie on a spoon or spinner from McCombie's Custom Lures. These high-quality, made-in-the-USA lures help you catch more Chinook and coho. Whether you troll an Elite Series spoon, a Champion Glow spoon with a squid skirt, or a 3.5 Mini Colorado spinner, you'll be increasing your chances for a fish on. Look for McCombie's Custom Lures at quality sporting goods stores in our West Coast states and Alaska, or online at McCombie'sCustomLures.com.
NorthwestFishingReports.com is the Northwest's largest fishing reports website, featuring well over 50,000 fishing reports, videos, articles, and more. All 100% free. Catch more fish with Northwest Fishing Reports. Log on today.
Backcountry hunters and anglers, the men and women working hard to keep public lands in public hands. Check us out at backcountryhunters.org.
Need to get away? Then head to Mardon Resort in sunny Central Washington. The fishing's awesome, wildlife is everywhere, and Mardon is the perfect place to swim, boat, and soak up the sun. When the day is done, hang out at the beach bar and grill or head to your tent, RV, hotel room, or fabulous park cottage. Call 1-800-416-2736 to book now. That's 1-800-416-2736 for Mardon Resort.
It doesn't matter what sort of adventure you're after, whether it's big game deep in the backcountry, a day of fishing out in the water, or an overnight in the great outdoors. At Sportsman's Warehouse, we've got the gear in here for what you need out there. Gear up for your next adventure at one of the Sportsman's Warehouse stores or shop online. Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter.
Are you an outfitter, sporting goods retailer, boat dealer, or someone else in the outdoors industry? If you are, you know targeted advertising works best, and what would work better than advertising with America Outdoors Radio? Our hour-long show is heard throughout Seattle, Everett, and the East Side every Saturday morning, and your message will be heard there too. Better still, our rates are way more affordable than you think. Want to find out more? Contact me, John Cruz, through my website at AmericaOutdoorsRadio.com. That's America Outdoors Radio, bringing you more business.
Tillamook Bay is considered the greatest fishing experience on the west coast for fall Chinook salmon and winter steelhead, and Dungeness crab is plentiful. 5 major rivers connect with the ocean on the Tillamook coast. It's not unusual to snag a 40 to 50 pounder. Go out in a boat or stand on a riverbank or dock. Try fishing from a dory boat and experience the thrill of a beach launch and landing. Use spinners, sand shrimp, or salmon eggs to lure them. The fish will line up to grab your bait. Go to tillamookcoast.com/fishing to find guides and places to stay.
Ready for more local fishing and hunting? You got it. It's the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio, right here on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.
It's August, and your local Sportsman's Warehouse store just happens to be having a pre-hunting sale going on right now, and it is a doozy. With us here to tell you more about a couple of items that you've just got to have is Mickey from the Puyallup Sportsman's Warehouse store. Mickey, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So, Mickey, I am really, really excited about one item in particular. You've got a Remington Model 700. I mean, this is a classic bolt-action hunting rifle, and it's $1,000 off. Tell me more about it.
So what I have here is a 7mm remag. It comes with a custom box here, special serial number, C-grade walnut stock, and it's just a beautiful gun. And you save $1,000 off of it. So right now it is $879.99.
Think about this, folks. This is actually the 200th anniversary limited edition rifle, celebrating Remington's 200th anniversary as a firearms manufacturer. This rifle, again, all tricked out. Normally $1,879, $1,000 off. You know, our fathers would buy one rifle, and that would be it. If you are that kind of guy that wants a rifle that you are going to really treasure, this is the deal for you. Now, lots of other deals, too. You've got clothing, you've got boots, you've got some good deals on rangefinders from Nikon, but one other thing I want to talk about real quick is your Lost Creek Extreme Coolers. These are extreme coolers that are meant to be in the same league as Grizzly and Yeti and all those guys, but the price is far, far less. You've got a 65-quart cooler for less than $200.
That is very correct. Right now it is running at $179.99. You save up to $30.
I've got to tell you, on our sister show, we were talking about a test that was just run on these extreme coolers, and in terms of value, the Lost Creek cooler, in my mind, came out on top. It held ice 13 days, just as long as the Yeti cooler, but the price is about half. Now, there is one caveat. These Lost Creek coolers are very rugged, but they're not bear-proof. So you'll want to keep it away from situations where bears are around. But if you're looking for a cooler that's going to hold ice in the backcountry for a long time at a really good price, the Lost Creek Extreme Cooler is it. And don't forget that fantastic $1,000 off deal on that Remington Model 700. If you want to find out more, head down to your local Sportsman's Warehouse store. You'll find them in Puyallup, in Federal Way, in Silverdale, and Everett. This sale is going on through the 19th. Great deals. Get down there now and get what you need for the hunting season ahead.
leave yet. We've got one more local shot of fishing and hunting to wrap up the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio.
It's time for another Max Minute. With us here again is Bob Loomis from Mack's Lure Company. Bob, always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, John.
We spent a lot of time talking salmon the last few weeks. Let's shift gears and let's talk trout, because a lot of folks are trolling lures for trout this time of year. I don't care whether you're on Georgetown Lake near Anaconda, Montana, or your personal favorite, Flaming Gorge Reservoir at the border of Utah or Wyoming, or maybe Diamond Lake in southern Oregon. All great destinations. And I guess I'll ask you, when it comes to western Washington, eastern Washington, what are your favorite trout lakes?
You know, you've got a number of lakes that are tremendous fisheries on both sides of the Cascades here. Eastern Washington, you've got Concanelli, you've got Lake Roosevelt, you've got, a number of things. Same thing on the west side where you're talking about Merwin, fishing up north, Stevens, all of these lakes. Crescent Lake has some tremendous trout fisheries.
Now that we've given folks some ideas on where to go, let's talk about something to use. Now, of course, there's the traditional wedding ring spinner, but what you've got in your hands today, something kind of like that, but a little bit different. It's called the Glow Fly. Why don't you describe it for our listeners and go ahead and explain why you invented this one?
This is an extremely versatile fishing tool. The hook itself, or the fly, is a traditional Carry Special, which is a great trolling fly that is made up with the body itself is glow material. You've got the hackle over the outside, and then I put it on monofilament along with our wedding ring and our small number 2 Indiana blade. So I've got a small profile, high UV beads, and a glow fly on the end.
Did you invent this?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Oh.
That's why we have Bob Loomis on the show. He not only fishes, he invents fishing lures too. If you want to try out the Glow Fly, it looks like it's going to work like a champ. Look for it at sporting goods stores near you or online at maxlure.com and try it at a trout lake near you.
That's all for this week, but don't worry. We'll do it all again next Saturday morning from 7 to 8, right here on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.
Are you looking for a game changer to help you catch more trout, kokanee, and salmon? No problem. Just tie on Mack's Crip Lure. Cast it or troll it. Either way, its specially designed ring chamber emits a low-frequency vibration with its erratic movement. It will catch more fish and make them strike. Better still, the different colors for the lure can be matched to just about any fishery. Look for the Crip Lure from Mack's Lure Company at a sporting goods store near you or go online at maxlure.com.